everyone, welcome to the QuesterMage and welcome back to another No Man's Sky video for the Nintendo Switch. In today's video I want to talk about my thoughts on the new Omega Expedition and the 4.5 update. So please sit back, relax, click like, subscribe, and hopefully enjoy. Here we go. So it's been about a week since the 4.5 patch and the Omega Expedition has been out for the Nintendo Switch. Overall they are calling this the Omega Update. And in the Omega Update, it says here, as you can see on screen, the Omega Update invites everybody to embark upon a new shared interstellar expedition entirely for free, even though I think that playing it for free was a timed event. Whether they already own No Man's Sky or not, featuring a complete overhaul of expeditions, new on-planet missions, claimable pirate freighters, and much more. The feature that stood out to me the most in this update was the new terminal to start expeditions. It's here in the Nexus, hidden behind the terminal where we would usually accept missions to get Quicksilver. So here it is. I think this actually looks pretty good. I like the 4 screens in the background and the console in the middle. It really does give across that feeling that this is an important terminal where you can interact with brand new missions. But it's not all just for looks. I really like the way that expeditions are now started, and it does seem like it's not just going to be this Omega expedition that starts from here. Because as we can see in the image we saw earlier, it says featuring a complete overhaul of expeditions. That is definitely plural, so it seems like Hello Games might be moving towards all of the expeditions hopefully being available at this terminal. I really do think that this is a very elegant way to allow the player to go to one terminal and to select which expedition they want to run in the game. This is something I've mentioned before on the channel. I really wanted to see expeditions in single player, and this terminal might be a big move towards doing that. We also have for the first time the ability to take technology and cargo with us on expeditions, which is great because it gives you the option to do this or not. I myself started the Omega Expedition without taking any technology and cargo to see how that would work, and it worked well. It worked like every other expedition before it, but it's great for people that have been playing No Man's Sky for a long time like me and others because it gives us the capability of taking some of the items we have already obtained in-game into the expeditions to make our lives a little bit easier. But importantly, it doesn't just allow us to take items into the expedition, it also allows us to take items from the expedition into our main save. As you can see here, it says shared inventory. Use the terminus to return items to your primary save. That is excellent. Coupled with when you now finish an expedition, we will earn Quicksilver, nanites, and units for stuff that we have done within the expeditions. I really do think that this is a great move by Hello Games because it rewards us more for playing the game. If we've played the game for a long time, we can take items into the expedition, making our lives easier. When we're going to leave the expedition, we can take some of the items we didn't have before into our main save. I really do think this is a good gameplay loop, rewarding the player consistently for playing the game more and more. I love this new change. One of the things that really surprised me in a positive way is when I tried to end the expedition, I saw this screen. You will see here at the bottom it says create multi-tool or copy Atlas Scepter, and then beside it says create Starship, Starborn Runner already copied. As you can see, this feature allows us to also take multi-tools and starships into our main save, which is just again great. I absolutely love this new feature. The terminal and the new shared inventory is fantastic. I absolutely love it. It reminds me of shared treasure chests in ARPGs where you have multiple characters and you can just swap out items and equipment. I absolutely love it. The other things that really stood out to me are the Atlas Scepter. I think it looks really, really good, but I would have liked some customization to be added for this. I did go to a dissonant world and go to one of the terminals to see if I could change at least the color for the scepter. Unfortunately, you can't. Hopefully, that's something later on. Hello Games will add some items into the game, and we could just swap out some of these items, and hopefully we can change the color. So obviously, I'd like for this to be purple. The Atlas Sphere can stay red in my eyes, but the rest I'd love it to be purple. I like the new Atlas Flight Pack as well. I really like this little module here on the left-hand side. I think that looks great. And the brand new head shield. I think these items look really, really good, but weird that there's no armor set that was added for these Atlas items. I would have liked to have seen an Atlas armor set added, but maybe again, that's something we can see in the future. And obviously, the brand new ship. This Starborn runner looks fantastic. I really hope we get ships like this that are randomized like these Sentinel ships. It just looks great. I absolutely love it. I love the little thrusters underneath it that make it hover. Fantastic to look at. Hopefully we get some light customization later on, maybe just change the color of the ship and new pieces that are added in to the procedural or random generation so we can find these ships out in the wild, in the galaxy. The new notifications that we get I thought were very, very handy. It's great that you can just tap on the left of the D-pad to just cycle through those notifications. Unfortunately, no way to mute some of the other notifications though. One of the most annoying things to me in the game is this exploration opportunity detected, emergency signal scanner acquired. I know you can just use it, but sometimes I don't want to use it straight away. I just want to use it later. It'll be nice to actually mute this notification and some of the other ones. Hopefully that will be something that Hello Games adds later on. The amount of Quicksilver that you earn in this expedition is actually really, really good. As an example is you get 900 Quicksilver just for the optional milestones alone, which is really good if you're looking to get a lot of Quicksilver to buy a lot of stuff in the Quicksilver Merchant. This is a really good expedition to do. I'd suggest you go in there, earn a lot of Quicksilver, and you can just buy all that stuff and then it becomes available to all your other saves. Whilst I'm on those optional expeditions, a good move here by Hello Games is something I've mentioned before. The need to be online always used to annoy me a little bit. Here, you don't need to be online to do the majority of the expedition. However, they did make it so that the optional missions, you need to be online. So to me, that is a good move. Good that it's optional, but it's still really weird that you need to be online to get some rewards. Although I do understand it this time, and again, it is optional, which is a good change. So those are the things that I really liked about the Omega update. Overall, the update runs pretty well on Switch. I only had 2 issues, one of which was a texture issue. As you can see here, I took a screenshot. This happened several times, and it also fell through the world map in the first planet in the expedition. I did fix this just by turning off the game, turning off my Nintendo Switch, and then rebooting the system, going into the game, and that fixed all of that, which is good. Not good that the issues were there, but good that it was easily fixed. No real issues except for the 2 that I mentioned, but there were some thoughts that did come to mind. The first thing was the story elements didn't seem that interesting to me. I know that people really love the lore in No Man's Sky. I find it very easily skippable. I think it needs some animations to be added, even if it was just moving imagery whilst we're seeing some of this text to make it more visually interesting. Overall, the expedition though, it seemed quite long, but again, like I said, I didn't take any technology or cargo with me this time. If you are starting it from the get-go, it did seem a little bit long, and the missions you actually have to do seemed a little bit random. Why can't we get expeditions that are different? For example, why can't we get an expedition that starts off in an abandoned freighter? The player has to go through the freighter, acquire multi-tools to become a little bit stronger, to acquire items for your ship, then fix your ship, lift off the abandoned freighter, go down to the planet, and then from there, find out why you're on that abandoned freighter in the first place. Moving towards going to an atlas or something. I think that will be a little bit more interesting visually for the player to go through expeditions as opposed to basically fetch quests again and again and again. Not that I don't like expeditions, I really do, but I'd love to see these move towards a different style, or at least different styles for every few expeditions or so. Unfortunately, we didn't get the new space stations, which we were teased in the trailer, but again, hopefully we get those soon. The other thing that I did notice is we do get rewards like I mentioned, but I can't find any feature to transfer Quicksilver from one mode into the other. In the expedition, I had something like 8,000 Quicksilver, and I'd love to have a feature to just transfer that Quicksilver into my main save, but I couldn't find a way of doing that. If there is a way to move across the Quicksilver from the expedition to the main save on Switch, then please let me know how that's done, because I couldn't figure it out. And my last thing that I did notice that might be an issue for some, specifically for Nintendo Switch, is that one of the milestones that we have to achieve is to find a Sentinel ship. Now, on the Nintendo Switch, I've noticed quite a lot on the channel that there are people that have issues warping into dissonant systems, landing on dissonant planets, finding one of those camps to find a dissonant ship, finding the dissonant ship itself, or interacting with the dissonant ship. All these can cause crashes. And I really hope that this update fixed a lot of that, because if not, when some players get to this point on Nintendo Switch, they will not be able to complete the expedition. I was able to complete the expedition without any issues, which is great, but I never had these issues to begin with on Switch. If you are one of the people that had issues with this on Nintendo Switch, please let me know down in the comments, was this fixed for you? I really hope it was. I hope you can all finish this expedition, because I think we all want that brand new starship in our collection. There were more things added to the update, but I don't want to make this video too long. But there were new missions on planets. The Atlas path apparently has been reworked, but from what I was reading, it seems like it's the ending and some text that was changed. Don't know if that's the only things that were changed, but that's what it seems like. And the outlaw freighters that you can now have yourself. I haven't got around to doing that, but hopefully I'll get around to doing that. Might make another video about how that goes. Let me know if that's something you want to see. But to finish off the video, overall, I do think this was a good update for Nintendo Switch, bringing in new features that I think were good ideas and some of them were needed. I think the new expedition is fine. It's fun to go through for the rewards, but without the rewards there, I think it would be just a little bit long-winded. At some point, hopefully very far away, when No Man's Sky has been complete and the support has stopped for this game, hopefully we do get some form of procedurally generated expeditions, and I think this might be a move towards that again. Bringing it into single player, having procedure generated expeditions every month or so. That is something that I think would help the game massively for players, and I think will make the game more interesting. But again, we need some story elements to be added in. But is this update any good on Switch, and is the expedition any good on Switch? I say yes, it is good on Switch, even though there are some issues here and there, which there are issues with everything. But overall, I do think it's good on Nintendo Switch. What do you think of the Omega update and the Omega expedition? Please let me know down in the comments, and let's have a discussion about it. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much again for watching. If you like what I do here, please do click that like button down below. It helps the videos on my channel and my channel overall to be seen by more and more people. It really helps the channel a lot. And if you want to see more, please click that subscribe button, as that is the only way this channel can grow. Now, I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, thanks again.